Everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Baby Scott scrap process video. Today I am scrapbooking this photo of my daughter, her husband, and my 3 oldest grandkids, and I'm going to be using this paper from 49 and Market. I really like the holly going across, and thought it'd be great for this. I don't even know what size picture it was. It was an extra one I had printed when I was doing my December daily, so I thought it would be perfect. I also pulled in these rub-ons, and I want to see if possibly I can get maybe some of them like underneath here, and just mainly go with embellishments on this layout versus layers of paper. Now I did pull out this scrap of black that I had in my stash. Don't know what I used it for, that I cut into a 1-inch strip off of it, but we're going to go ahead and use it for matting now. I just keep a drawer of all of my colors. You know, I call them color drawers. I have 2 of those standing carts that have the 10 drawers in them. And so I have one that's all scrap paper, and then I have another one that is primarily embellishments, and they're all sorted by color. And so usually what I'll try and do is go in and find something like this to do my matting before I cut into a full piece of paper. So let's just go ahead and mat this on the black, and I think it will give it a nice pop. The other thing I might do is, I think it'd be kind of cool maybe if I could do a little tearing and then have a piece of black underneath it. You know, we'll see what we can do with that. And then maybe tuck something coming out of it, since it won't have a frame. Because I can't use a frame, because that would be using a second full piece of paper, and I don't have any that are already gutted that I could use as the frame. So another way that you can kind of get that look and add a little something to it is, again, let's see, it looks like, yeah, that looks like the direction. So if I go up here maybe, and I just rip. Now this might be a little bit harder because 49 and Market is such thick paper. But if I just take a hunk out of it, now I can go and take a piece of this and put it behind. And now it's going to give that little bit of a break of that black and bring it to the outside edge. Now when I glue this down, I'm going to glue it to the outside edge because I want to be able to tuck things in. And if I glue it right to this edge, it won't allow me to tuck. Whereas if I make it more of like a pocket, I can then tuck some embellishments in, and I can always go back later, you know, and glue it down better if need be. But that kind of gives it that kind of look. And I can also add one if I wanted to the bottom. So we will wait and see on that. So like that. Now before I go and glue the picture down, I again want to add a little bit to it. So one of the things I might want to do is add a title. So let's see what we have for the titles in here. And then I know I want more poinsettias. And then I can layer other die cuts on top of it to give it that layered look from underneath and above. So, and I kind of like, I do like the Santa. I wonder if I could tuck the Santa into the side. And have him down here. Let's see. I'm going to cut the Santa out. I really like that. So let's see if we can get that in. And he's a big Santa, and so with the size of the picture, it should be able to support having the bigger element on here. Or move it over, add Santa here. Now he looks creepy, like he's peeking out. I think I like it better here. And then I can put another poinsettia, like a poinsettia like die cut down here, and then build along here. I think I'm gonna move him over more, and then that way I can add a die cut. Let me see if I can find one real quick that I can show you what I'm talking about. So now I can add coming out from under the photo, and now he's overlapping, and I can make an embellishment, you know, a cluster down here. So let's go ahead, let's add the Santa, and then we can do our like one of these, like Holly Jolly or Christmas Wishes above, and then we can do embellishments around that. And he looks straight. Let's go ahead and do the die cut. I really, really love this 49 and Market collection, and these these rub-ons are beautiful. But I want to make sure I get them onto layouts. I don't want them to dry up sitting in my stash, so I'm really trying hard to get them on a lot of layouts before I put all of my Christmas stuff away. I would really like to see at least the rub-ons bashed, so that I'm not storing any of them. And after you do your rubbing, you just kind of slowly take it off, and if you see that there's any section that's not coming away from the backing paper, you just lay it back down again. Like here, this is coming up, so I'm just gonna lay it back down again, rub it a little bit harder, and then try it again, and now it's sticking to the paper. So you just kind of have to be patient with it and not like go really, really quick and rip it off like a Band-Aid. You want to slowly remove it. And I kind of roll it. Now, I'm not as concerned about like the little splatters as I am the Santa, because the splatters, if they stay to the backing and I don't catch it, those I can always re-put back down again in another place on the layout. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I know that picture is going to go there, so I want something up here. So my options are Holly Jolly, Dear Santa, and that'd be kind of cute with them, or I have Merry Christmas. I do like Merry Christmas, and this was on Christmas or Christmas Eve at our house. And then again, I have room here, like where this door is in the picture, that I can layer on top and pull it in. So even like this die cut, if I didn't want to tuck it under, I could have it go over the top, and that's where you get the layers. So let's go ahead and use the Merry Christmas. I am going to leave the picture on, but I'm going to turn it just a bit so that I can line it up. But I'm using the picture kind of as my guide of where to place this down. I just want it to, the Christmas to be straight. And I'm moving it a little bit more this way, only because I know I want to build up this corner. And so by moving it over a little bit more to the edge of that photo, it gives me more room to do my clustering when I go ahead and glue the picture down. All right, so now that I have that down, we're just going to go ahead and rub it on. And this just adds a little bit of, you know, another dimension to it. That's why I just, like I said, I just love this collection. I am loving 49 and Market. I know last year I was going to do a spending freeze, and they kept coming out with all these beautiful collections that it's like, ugh. So I would cave, but I'm okay with caving for something like this that's absolutely gorgeous and that I completely love, versus buying something like I see it on sale and I get it for the sake of just getting it. I know that these are going to end up in my albums, and they're not just going to sit in my stash because I'm loving them and I'm using them up. So again, just like we did with the Santa, I'm going slow. I'm seeing occasionally where it's not releasing to the paper, so I just lay it back down again and re-rub it. So like here, there's a little bit coming up, so I'm going to re-rub it again and get it to stick down. There we go. And see, like here, you can see like the edge of the R is coming up. So now I'm just going to hold it down, rub it. And now the whole image is down. Here I have a corner of the other R here. I'm going to re-rub it on along with a couple splatters. And now it's on the paper. You can also tell when your rub-ons are getting older, when they don't want to release from the paper as easy. These usually release like butter. I mean, they're just really lovely to work with. But as they're getting older, and I'm noticing they're getting older, they're starting to get a little bit harder to release. And so that just goes to show that, you know, who knows what another summer of sitting in my stash will do if by next Christmas I would be able to get them off the release paper. So this is why this is something that I would not want to carry over from season to season in my stash. All right, so we have that on there. And we know the picture's going to go there with our title. So I'm going to go ahead now. I might see if I can get something in that little corner. Like if there's a little holly. And I don't know how it will look on the black, but we're going to try it. And I'm also going to glue this picture down because I'm not going to put any more rub-ons underneath now. It's going to be all die cuts. So as you can see, I'm only putting the adhesive in the middle. I'm leaving a gap around it so that I can go ahead and poke things underneath. And when I'm all done then with my layout and I have everything the way I want it, then I can go back and add more adhesive around the edges. But for now, I can tuck things above and below and not have it be a problem. All right, so now I'm going to stick this like coming out Now I'm going to cut it because I don't want to do the rub-on off the sheet. And I might be able to use that little piece over in the corner. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and rub onto here. See how it looks on the black. Looks good. And then there's a little piece of like holly leaf that didn't come up, so I'm gonna put that on. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. Nope, it rolled. And then let's see if we can put this one on, like maybe coming out of this corner here. And I'm just trying to get underneath that paper so it all comes off. There we go. There. Now we can tuck something else in here and it's going to look like it's layered. And we do have a couple red splatters, and I think I want to add a couple more red splatters to this. So I've got that one. I've got these right here. Because this is very green, and so I'm thinking maybe a couple splatters of red. I'm not just pulling the color around the page a little bit. Like that. And then we have this one here. I think we'll pull it down to the bottom here, like along there. Now I am on my lunch hour again, so if I don't get this done, I'm just going to go ahead and stop the video, and then I'll come back after work and try and do some more. I just have my alarm set. All right, so I'm going to put the rub-ons away for now, and then we'll work with the die cuts. I have a couple different collections in this packaging. I went ahead and combined stuff, so there might be more than one design in here, only because I'm trying to limit what I have floating around in my room here. All right. So now let's take a look. Like I said, I know I want something coming up here. I like this. This might be too big. We'll take it out and look, because I don't want to cover Santa totally up. And that works right there. It's not covering up the kids too much. And then I just need something. I am back and work is over. So I went ahead and glued everything down, and pretty much everything is in the same spot that they were before. Off camera, I did add just a couple things. I did decide to go ahead and add one poinsettia here, and then this little Believe in Magic of Christmas. It's not going to cover up, obviously, the big window, but there's enough of a gap that it kind of wraps the picture, so I'm okay with it. And then I added It's a Wonderful Life down here, and then kind of have it wrapping this corner. I added the poinsettia into this space. I don't know if I had it there when we were together. And then off camera, I added this little banner and then these little ornaments. And I think that just kind of gives it the 3 little areas, and then, you know, the big picture of the family, which is, you know, again, the most important. And you'll see that this kind of frames the photo. So again, it should make the photo be the focus and not all the embellishments. They should just add to it, not distract from it, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go with this one. Again, it's another easy, using a full piece of paper for Baby's Got Scrap, a scrap of just black paper for framing, and everything else on here was embellishments. So make sure, you know, you check out your stuff. And I know for me, I go through the 12 by 12 paper so much quicker, and I always have a ton of embellishments left over, and we seem to forget that we can layer up these just as easily as we can layer up paper and still get a really cool look. Along with these rub-ons, you know, we started out with something that had just a plain, you know, the green, and now by layering up, we've now made it three layers of depth in here between the pattern paper, the Santa going on top of the holly pattern paper, and then having more embellishments on top of the Santa. You add that depth to the layout. So hope that helped. And I want to thank you guys again so much for joining me on my channel. And I will see you guys again real soon for another process video. Have a great day.